I'm back, fans, for one more session. It gets kind of hard sitting here talking, and like I said, soon I'll have other people on with me that can help guide the show. But this is like an introduction of myself to all of you. Once again, I will reiterate what I've talked about so far. This show is about positivity. I myself did name myself the Dragon Sword many, many years ago, but there were many people that brought the Dragon Sword to life, and that was all of you. All of you brought him to life. I gave him a name, you gave him the life. Whether you were positive or negative towards him, you gave him life because you responded to him. We won't go into all those details again, but this show is going to be built for you. I was hoping upon hope, and I still will. One night I will have Shador Sanders on this show. We also have confirmed September 21st is a Sunday. I will be doing a live broadcast and inviting the Browns Nation to join me at it in the parking lot versus the Green Bay Packers. My brother is a Packers fan. That's why I'm not going into the game. I don't have tickets to go in the game, but I can be tailgating outside the game, broadcasting, and putting you, the fans, on live air. I'm going to give you the chance on live air to say what you want to say. Not derogatory, but just be on there. We're going to have a good time. I hear that I've never really been to a big tailgate party, but I hear there's lots of different kinds of foods. I just ask you to bring food to me, man. I love food, all different kinds of food. This show is also about mental illness for young people, older people that have a problem. Myself, I was an alcoholic. I defeated that. I've had problems from a bad accident I had at work with pain pills. I defeated that. With help, I defeated that. That was a very hard thing to defeat. I've gone through the life and made many mistakes. No one's perfect. But I've promised you, the fans, I've promised Browns Nation, I've promised Cleveland, Ohio, that the Dragon Sword was coming. And all of you said it could never happen. But it has. I'm here. And I'm going to run all these talk shows out because I'm going to let you have the format. I'm tired of listening to talk shows where I hear the same opinion all the time, every day, 5 days a week. I want to hear your opinion. I want to create competition. I want to say for the day, we're going to talk about this game. You're going to call in as a Philadelphia fan. You're going to call in as a Cleveland fan. Going to state your cases. Who's better? Who's at what? We're going to have those kind of competitions. And you, the fans, are going to vote who the winner is. When we get it going, we're going to have phone lines to call in. Each of you, 90 seconds. Competition with each other. No takes. No insults. No smack offs. None of that crap. And again, 20 years later, the Dragon Sword will rise again to defeat Jim Rome once again. I haven't gone nowhere, Jim, and I haven't forgot you, and I know you certainly haven't forgot me. Because the Dragon Sword doesn't care. He's a winner. He's by far a winner because all of you made him the winner. Soon, Xfinity Sports will offer him a show. I guarantee it. The numbers are getting so high. I thank you all already. Since 2 weeks since I started, the Dragon's Den has had 287 hits. But stay there. Like the Dragon's Den. Put a like on the Dragon's Den. Tell me what you want to hear on the Dragon's Den. I have an email at dragonsden321 at gmail.com or on Twitter, Dragon Beats Rome in high letters. Dragon Beats Rome. He is the ultimate person I want to raise my level to. That's a high goal, people. That's a very high goal, and that's a very, very, very arrogant man that thinks he cannot be toppled. But you have to start from the bottom. Work your way up. Stay positive about yourself. If you're young out there and you need to talk to someone, my ears are always open. I don't even have to be on the radio or on the YouTube. I will listen to you, everything you have to say. I may not have all the answers, but I'll be there to listen. If you're having a problem with alcohol, if you're having a problem with drugs, if you're having thinking suicide, please contact me. We'll talk about things because you've got to turn it around, my friends. Can't go this negativity no more. It only dwells you. It almost took me out. Depression and just dwelling down and feeling bad. But it makes you stronger. It really does. Only the strong ones have learned to be alone and learn that silence is golden. Silence can be the most perfect weapon in the world. We're going to talk about the WWE soon, the state of it. The Seth Rollins injury, what a fake. But, they tried to play that off. I'm telling you right now, he ain't hurt. He's going to come out at SummerSlam, and everybody's going to go, oh, Seth Rollins isn't hurt. I knew it all along, because they don't do injuries like that. If he was out, they instantly would have said he had surgery. Like when Triple H, I don't know if a lot of you remember when Triple H wrestled and he ripped half his leg off, but they immediately did that. And he took him out, and he was out for a year with that kind of an injury. It's too bad that they want to play this kind of way on here, because the Cena thing, I think Cena's got to go babyface again very soon, because he's not going to end his career. That's why Hogan turned back over. He wasn't going to end his career as a heel, although that was one of the most astonishing things. That's where WCW, man, they almost beat the WWE. If they just would have had a little more control of their wrestlers. They were on top of WWE for many, many years. Because they brought a fresh look. I was so into the NWO. I mean, everybody had an NWO shirt. You either had an NWO shirt, red or white, or you had an Austin 316. The most amazing thing I ever heard was when Austin got on the King of the Ring, and when he said, you talk about your Johns, you talk about your John 316, Austin 316 means I just whooped your ass. And by the next night, I'm telling you, WWE reported 1 million orders for that t-shirt. 1 million. And then WWE is in Paul Levesque's hands right now. And someday I hope to get Paul Levesque on this show. I have tweeted him up quite a few times, and he's responded once or twice, just a word or two. But, I mean, Rome isn't built in a day. I have to keep just pecking away at it, and I can get these people on here. Because Paul Levesque and Shawn Michaels, they had a vision a long time ago for wrestling, and they're bringing it to fruition now. And wrestling is about to get as hot as it once was 20 years ago. And Hogan, like I said, my friend Hogan, I was never a fan. I was never a Hulkamaniac. I always was against your leg drop. I was so happy when the Warrior press slammed you and beat you. I was in the Packard Music Hall. My wife was a big Hogan fan, and I said the Warrior is going to beat him, and he did. And as a matter of fact, the night my first son was born, the Ultimate Warrior was in town here in Youngstown. I came home, and my son was on his way. He didn't get out in time to see the Warrior, but he almost did. But I want to also let you know that, like, I have all my children are grown, but my youngest child deals with a disease called neurofibromatosis. And there's neurofibromatosis 1 and 2. I believe it's 1 that he has, neurofibromatosis 1. He just had in November a 9-hour surgery on his brain. He's healthy, people. Healthy. He got through it in Cleveland. They had discovered a tumor on his brain. They had to remove it. The young man works. He does the best he can, and I'm very, very proud of him. He means the world to me. He's grown up so much. He's been by my side for 10 years now, since my world almost crumbled 10 years ago. But he stood by me. And every money that I raise will be going towards Cleveland and the research of neurofibromatosis. This is a disease, people, that we want none of our children to get. It's a despicable, disgusting disease. It belabors his headaches. He has headaches, but like I said, he has the willpower to persevere through and push through. Together, me and him have helped each other get through these rough times. And now I've decided to step out of the window and let all of you know, okay, I made mistakes, but I've done good things too. I want to hear you say you've done good things. I want to hear about the good things you've done. This is going to change Northeast Ohio. It's all up to you. Browns Nation is backing me. Cleveland Guardians are backing me. Although I want them to be the Cleveland Indians. I'm sorry. I still call them the Indians. I refuse to call them the Guardians. There's no way you'll ever hear me call them the Guardians. They're the Cleveland Indians to me from day till life. If you need to talk to me, my phone number, 234 228 2776. That's my personal phone number for you. If you need someone to talk to and you're really down, I'm willing to listen. I will take the time to try and help, to do what I can to help. As I've said before, this show is just starting, it's taking its baby steps. In the future, we will have Ryan Flame co-hosting this show. One of the most knowledgeable men in Northeast Ohio on many, many different formats. We've gone on Facebook and became the tag team champions of Facebook. Me and him. Because we get rid of those people that heckle us. We only put up with it for so long. And then when the dragon sword comes out, he lights the matchstick and kaboom. So if you wanna call in here and try and be a heckler, I'll give you your 5 minutes of fame. You're welcome to call into the show when the numbers come in. But the more hits you give Dragon's Den, the more powerful it gets. The more subscriptions you give to Dragon's Den, the more powerful it gets. The more powerful I get, the more spreading the word I get. So it's all up to you. It's what you want, I will do. In closing, I'm sorry that I was just voting and hoping, but I will keep messaging Shador. I'm sure that he really is busy. It doesn't, when he gets a few minutes alone or, some of his own time, I don't blame him. He has to have his own time in life. So eventually these guys will get to know me, trust me, and come on the air. I'm different than most interviewers. I'm not out to just make myself popular. I like to talk about role models. What is your role model? Send me an email, dragonsden321 gmail.com. Tell me your role models. Go in the chat room anytime here at the YouTube studio. Leave a message. I'll get back to you. I promise it. And I know you're out there listening, Luch and Harvey and all these people. Have a take with me. Bring a spin-off. Let's have a spin-off show. The Dragon's Den versus the Lucha's Den. Together we can talk about wrestling. We can talk about anything, brother. America. You know what I'm talking about, Luchador? America first. I'm sure that soon you'll answer on your video. I want to hear it while you're carrying that cheeseburger. How's that? In the meantime, all of you have a good night. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. Dragon Sword.